People are getting hit in the news every day with the obscene amounts of campaign money that is being used to defend individuals that have betrayed or have allegedly betrayed the public trust.
The Illinois Supreme Court heard arguments today over the controversial use of campaign money to fight corruption cases. In the last 4 years, federal prosecutors have indicted at least 13 public officials in Illinois, and they're investigating several others for corruption.
Several of those politicians are using their campaign accounts to try to clear their name. Our Capitol Bureau Chief Mark Maxwell is live in Springfield with the latest. And Mark, campaign finance laws do ban elected officials from using political money for personal use.
And Jennifer, federal prosecutors can sometimes take years trying to build a corruption case. They may never get a conviction, especially if politicians can use hordes of campaign cash to fight back. That's why a Chicago alderman came here today to the Supreme Court, asking them to overturn a ruling at the State Board of Elections that found hiring a lawyer to fight a corruption case is an acceptable use of campaign funds.
We are appealing here in the highest court.
Byron Sigcho Lopez replaced Danny Solis in the Chicago City Council after a corruption scandal forced Solis to resign in disgrace.
This will have implications. This is why we're here, because this sets a precedent. There's still an indictment process.
The same year, federal prosecutors accused Solis of receiving sex acts, Viagra, and campaign cash in a corruption scheme. The alderman used those very campaign funds to pay lawyers $220 grand.
If there was a matter of $1,000 here, $1,000 there, I think maybe the average person wouldn't care. But when you see $220,000, $1 million, $2 million.
Federal court documents show Solis flipped, became an FBI mole, and wore a wire in conversations with powerful Chicago alderman Ed Burke and former House Speaker Michael Madigan. Madigan has not been charged, but his legal bills keep piling up, peaking the year after he left office and totaling $6.8 million. Burke is still in office, his campaign spending $3.3 million to fight corruption charges.
Politicians can get accused of without ever getting charged. They get investigated without getting charged. They can get charged and not convicted.
Election attorney Michael Dorff replaced Madigan as the chair of the Democratic Party of Illinois, where he's the treasurer. He defended the controversial practice.
Accusations get thrown around against public officials that are totally meritless. And so there is a legitimate reason to be able to use your campaign funds, which are meant to keep you in office, to assist in your legal expenses.
Even after you're out of office?
Even after you're out of office.
If the court ruling doesn't go his way, Sigcho Lopez argues donors who help elect politicians in the first place and sometimes lobby them for favors shouldn't get to sponsor their legal defense fund.
The spirit of laws should be to deter from corruption and not to make loopholes.
When the Supreme Court does decide this case, Chief Justice Ann Burke will not be involved. It's her husband, Ed Burke, who's still spending campaign cash to fight his own corruption charges. If the court ruling does not ban that practice, the General Assembly still could. Reporting in Springfield, Mark Maxwell, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Mark, thank you.